My boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years. We were together for 5 years. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count them up. Anywho, he had started like being weird. Like there was no shum dum thums, no none of that. He started taking like 3 showers a day, and this man has never taken 3 showers a day in the 5 years that I've known him. So that's weird. And then his phone was like permanently glued to his hand, and he one of the people that don't do social media, so he doesn't usually have his phone. He's either at work, at home sleep, playing a game. These are like his daily activities. But now you taking showers 3 times a day and your phone is permanently glued to your hand when you're in that shower. So one day he leave the phone out. I know I should have went through it. I know. Because my grandma say, if you're not prepared to do nothing about it, let that man cheat in peace. I went to that phone. I go through like my initial like scan of the phone, but I don't really see nothing. So I go to the app store to figure out like what you've been downloading, whatever. And I see that you've downloaded and deleted particular dating apps. So I re-downloaded one. I'm like, this is cheating on me. I'm fully prepared to see that this is cheating on me. But when the app downloads and I open it, I'm looking at me. This right here, this mug is what the profile is. And so I go to the messages and I'm seeing that he's matched with some random niggas. He done matched with some of his homeboys, and the conversations are like exchanging telephone numbers for the people he don't know. And then even for his homeboys, it was like a text now number that he's exchanging with these people. So we move on over to the text messages, what a text now app. So you're sending these people pictures of me in all my glory, and they're sending you pictures back. Okay, yep, this motherfucker is gay as gay can be. Cool. So I didn't react immediately. I had decided that, like, I was embarrassed enough. And I know that they say, like, the most dangerous time is when you're trying to leave somebody. So I plan to play the long game. I had already took pictures of everything I seen on my phone. I didn't let him know, like, what I had found out or anything like that. I just left it, where it was. I had made arrangements for me to get my own spot and for me to go ahead and move out or whatever. I also went down to the police station and I gave them the photos that I took, and I pressed charges because you're sending my news to people, and that's highly.
Okay, I gotta stop her right there. All right, whatever. I know your lash is killing you right now. I got it. So you with this dude for 5 years or whatever. He's no longer clapping the cheeks. You hear that a lot from women saying this type of deal, right? There's no type of intimacy. So he always has his phone on him. You happen to wait till he gets in the shower. And while he's in the shower, that's when you decide to go through his phone, and you did all this while he was in the shower. You downloaded the app. You were able to log into the app, right? You were able to go to the text now and all that, see these pictures, yada, yada, yada. You're able to do all these different things, right? While he's in the shower. And you see this, you see the photos, and you realize it's the homeboy. First thing homeboys. He's matching with his homeboys. So the first question I ask is, if this is homeboys, how do they not know it's your pictures? Unless you're not showing your face up. And then second of all, if you took it to the police station, and if it's the face up, how can the homeboys not know it's not you? You know what I mean? So then you decide to stay with him. Like I always tell y'all guys who watching this, a woman, this turns her on, knowing that a dude that she's messing with is getting his cheeks clapped or clapping another man's cheeks, because she secretly has to compete at this point. And it's exciting. It's like the Tyler Perry type movie or whatever that turns her on. So she's gonna stay with him. And that's why I always say chicks always stay with dudes like that. You go to the police station, you say, hey, here's my naked photos. This guy shared my naked photos, right? I don't know. It just sounds a little bit too much, man. But let's get back to it and let her finish this up.
Highly illegal. So this was right before the 4th of July. So we go over to his people party for the 4th of July. And everything I'm doing is irritating this man. Like, irritating his soul. And I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. But eventually he gets to howling, screaming, cussing. This man is calling me everything but a child of God. I'm sorry, I have to lie. Everything but a child of God. And finally I just screamed and I said, you a punk. You as gay as they come. So before we went to the party, I had already called the police and told them where he was going to be, because I knew that a warrant had been issued, because I had all my ducks in a row. Okay, no Jeep. I knew that the warrant had been issued, so I already called him and told him exactly where we were going to be. So now you're hollering and screaming at me. You calling me everything but a child of God. I already let the tea spill that you a punk. His mom is yelling at me and was like, y'all need to chill. Y'all need to stop. Don't do this in my house. He's yelling at me. And you're yelling at me because I called your son a punk? But you know that I don't know, Wookie. Because they tell their mama everything. The mama always hold all of the secrets. All of the secrets. In the midst of the argument, like, this man is irate, like, red in the face, chest puffed, like he's pissed. And in the midst of it, it's a knock on the door, and the laws come and get him and tell him that he's arrested for unlawful distribution of photos or something along those lines, whatever. They arrest him right then and there. All of his people is mad at me, dragging me on all of the socials, telling me that I ain't gonna never be shit, I ain't never had shit, he was the best thing to happen to me. And his mother is like, you could have handled it a different way. We could have handled this in-house in the family. My body is out for the world to see. There was no other way to handle it. I don't get mad, I get even. You decided that you were going to play with me and my health. And I decided I was going to go the legal route. How am I wrong for that?
Yeah, I think you're wrong for sticking around. But that's typical. I'm not blaming her at all. When I say I think you ladies will stay with and deal with and even still going to events, dates, so on and so forth. So you mean he's not clapping none after this point. So he comes there and gets arrested because you issued a warrant or had them issue a warrant for the arrest based off of you presenting information that you went on his phone. And I'm not saying here or there, but this is how the law works, especially a woman. She can come up to you and tell you all these different things and it could be a lie. You know what I mean? She could have did all this stuff on his phone. I'm just playing devil's advocate, guys. She could have did all this stuff on his phone and been messaging these people. For all the cops know, but they still arrested this guy for this. You know what I mean? All I'm saying, ladies, I think a lot of y'all know y'all dealing with dudes who are getting their turds pushed in and stuff like that. You just find it funny, convenient, or I don't have nowhere else to go. All these different things. I got to get my ducks in a row. I got to have everything in order. Let me get my apartment. All this. 5 years and you didn't know this guy would like the pipe or like the booty. You didn't know he was a bandit. That's insane. So complete nasty work. But sister, I'm glad you got out. I'm glad you don't have to deal with that anymore. You know what I mean? And you're free. That's a wild story, man. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys. That is your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.